Hi guys, Dr. Julie here. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Hopefully this is coming through okay. Sorry we had some, what minute you want to go back to so you can watch what is most important to you. So let's get started. Need that we're going to cover is a receiver in the canal. Really, when you clean your devices, you should be doing it every day. It shouldn't take you more than this, but I got into out of my routines this week, so I'm excited to do a little refresher today to get back on track. All right, so let's take a peek here. So this is the receiver in the canal hearing device. Up here is your microphones, and down here is your speaker. So microphones bring hearing into the device, right? Brings sound in, and the speaker is what puts it into your ear. So we want to make sure we keep all those ports open so that way the sound can get where it needs to go. When we look at cleaning, why do we do it? That's going to be because we want to keep them from getting moisture in there, because that's a huge thing. I would say just do it once a day. So you take your little cleaning wipe here and just wipe everything. Is going to be right up here, and you can just brush that off. And then the speaker is going to be on this end here, and you'll just brush that off there. Same thing is going to be if you have a smaller device. This is called a completely in the canal device. So on these, again, we've got that microphone here on the front. Brush, 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 and then the speaker down here. Brush, 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 wipe it off. Nice and simple, right? Okay, when we get into even tinier hearing device, this is called an this is called invisible in the canal device. We're going to do the same thing that we did before, but we're going to add one more thing. So we're going to we're going to wipe everything off. We're gonna brush, 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 brush. Oops, sorry. Brush, brush, brush. Okay. But it's kind of cool with these, because they sit so deep in your ear, they're more likely to get wax up in. So now we're going to look at the behind the ear hearing device. So on these, again, we're going to do our wipe the entire body of the device. Okay. And then on these, we've got those microphones again on top, similar to the other ones we just looked at. Brush, 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 brush. And then down here, I brought with me today my in-ear monitor. So this is different than for my musicians, and I have a hard monitor versus soft. Soft I use when I'm playing for this part of the cleaning. Guess what? Wipe it off. These do not have a microphone on them unless you have, there's a few of them out there that do, but for most of my patients that have in-ear monitors, they're not going to have a mic to wipe, so we're just wiping off that speaker. So we'll actually brush, not wipe, and we're just going to brush that off through this port here. If you have a soft monitor, so material is going to be a little softer, like this earplug, you can actually go in to this port here and scoop that out a little bit. I don't recommend doing that if you have a hard monitor or a hard hearing device. Like I said, they're kind of similar cleaning, just because you don't want to poke that speaker. It tends to be a little bit more closer to the top than on the soft versions. All right, microphone's falling off here. Okay, so what I say we're going to do next? We're going to do ear molds. So what is an ear mold? This is an ear mold on a receiver in the canal hearing device. This is an ear mold on a behind the ear hearing device. How they're attached is a little bit different. So we'll go over more of this when we do the troubleshooting video next week. But if you want to clean this, I would say it's not going to be daily cleaning. It's more going to be monthly cleaning. You can actually take this off. So this is a wire here, and you can pull this through. Okay, so pull it through. You can get, if you've got like a little pipe cleaner, you can just run that through where that speaker was sitting at, like so. If you guys can see that, there we go. And pull it through like that. Plugs, because that kind of looks like an earplug, right? So if you have an earplug, this is one version. There's different versions. So this is a solid earplug versus what we looked at before when I was talking about monitors. This is a filtered earplug. So if you have a solid ear, again, I'm going to have a whole collection here. You can pop that in there. This is a floatable earplug. I wasn't even planning on demonstrating that, but that was kind of cool. So this is made for swimming. I like these as well for sleep plugs because they're really light and soft and nice to sleep with. So actually this worked out great. So we're going to take that back out. You're going to let that in again for, you're going to have this in here for 20 minutes. Do a little rinse in your rinsing water, and then just dry that earplug out. If you have a filter out, so mine has filter locks on it, so it's a little bit harder to get out, which is good, it makes it last longer. And that just comes out like this. Now that we have the filter, oops, out of there, we can put this part here again into that water. All right. 20 minutes. All right, let's put that back together. Okay. All right. Anybody have any questions? I know I kind of went through that very quickly. I had not intended to be on video with you guys. I was going to have it just looking down at my hands. So I hope you guys could see that okay. If you couldn't, need me to go through any of those again, please let me know, and we can do that again. So we're going to move on now, make sure I'm not missing anything, to cochlear implants. If you have a cochlear implant, right, we've got the processor, so that's what we're going to be cleaning today. Okay, we're going to wipe everything down. All right, on the cochlear implant, you can see those little black dots there. Those are your microphones there. So you're just going to brush those off right through there. Okay. When you take off here for your rechargeable batteries, go ahead and just brush off these contacts as well. They can sometimes get a little grimy. And so if we just keep that clear like that before you put it on your charger. And then I just like to wipe these off too. Again, it's just going to keep those contacts working better so you don't lose power. If you have a processor that is off your ear, can you see these little, wipe everything down, and then we're going to brush this off right here. Perfect. Okay. Finally, we're going to move to bone anchored implants. On your bone anchored implants, should look familiar. Guess what? You're just going to wipe them off too. And then for your microphones, brush those all off. All right. I think that's everything I wanted to go through cleaning. I don't see any other comments of anybody needing any other instructions today. So thank you so much for bearing back, and seeing you guys next week for our live troubleshooting video. And I'll see if I can get a different angle on it. But I feel like the lighting was good. Could have been better visuals up here. All right, thanks so much for tuning in. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. If you'd like to see more content like this, please subscribe. Thanks. Have a great weekend.